Strangle, to squeeze or constrict something, to prevent growth or movement. The regional regime continues to tighten its stranglehold on the critical shipping strait, threatening energy supplies. Recession, a period of temporary economic decline during which trade and industrial activity are reduced. Economists are warning about the surging price of oil and the growing risk of a global recession. Backlash, a strong and adverse reaction by a large number of people. The official is facing a severe backlash after his public defense of the government's human rights record. Escalate, to increase rapidly, to become more intense or serious. Military experts warn that the cross-border attacks will escalate and expand if no diplomatic solution is found. Decimated, to kill, destroy, or remove a large percentage or part of. The infrastructure in the conflict zone is being decimated despite temporary pauses in the offensive. Contradiction, a combination of statements or ideas which are opposed to one another. Critics called the new military threats a contradiction of the previous calls for peaceful diplomacy. Diplomacy, the profession, activity, or skill of managing international relations. The foreign minister stated that the government had yet to decide whether to respond to the new proposal for diplomacy. Bullish, characterized by optimism and confidence, especially in an economic or political sense. Many local leaders are feeling fairly bullish now that they have survived the most difficult period of the crisis. Obliterated, to destroy utterly, to wipe out. Although some claim the defensive capabilities were obliterated, intelligence suggests much of the equipment remains intact. Stoking, to encourage or incite a strong emotion or tendency. The decision to send more troops to the border is stoking fears of a potential ground invasion. Crude, natural oil before it has been refined. The price of crude oil has surged again, erasing the drop that occurred earlier in the week. Denouncing, publicly declaring something to be wrong or evil. Protesters gathered in the capital, denouncing the sudden price hikes and urging the government to regulate costs. Exacerbating, making a problem, bad situation, or negative feeling worse. The ongoing conflict is exacerbating the regional poverty level and limiting the growth of local businesses. Livelihoods, a means of securing the necessities of life. High inflation for food and fuel is directly threatening the livelihoods of thousands of families. Unaffordable, too costly to be reached or purchased by the average person. Rising energy costs mean that basic necessities are becoming unaffordable for many common people. Tractors, powerful motor vehicles with large rear tires, used in farming or construction. The high fuel costs are affecting all forms of transportation, from heavy trucks to farm tractors. Freight, goods transported in bulk by truck, train, ship, or aircraft. Any increase in freight and delivery charges will inevitably lead to higher prices for restaurant customers. Allegations, a claim or assertion that someone has done something illegal or wrong, typically without proof. The official is facing pressure following allegations of forced labor and human rights abuses in the region. Parliamentary, relating to, enacted by, or suitable for a parliament. The witness provided evidence during a parliamentary committee hearing regarding the recent policy changes. Appalled, greatly dismayed or horrified. Many observers were appalled by the dismissive behavior shown during the public hearing. Outraged, extremely angry and shocked. Local communities are outraged by the findings of the investigation into historical mistreatment. Downplayed, to make something appear less important or serious than it really is. Critics accuse the representative of having downplayed the severity of the human rights issues. Inadvertently, without intention, accidentally. The speaker issued an apology, saying his comments had inadvertently come across as dismissive. Dismissive, feeling or showing that something is unworthy of consideration. Victims of the crisis found the officials' dismissive attitude to be an insult to their suffering. Absolve, to declare someone free from guilt, obligation, or punishment. Using confusion over terminology is seen by some as an attempt to absolve oneself of responsibility. Conflating, combining two or more ideas, texts, or things into one. By conflating two different issues, the politician was accused of trying to create a cover for his mistake. Premiers. In this context, premiers, the head of a government in a province or state. The local leader currently enjoys the highest approval rating among all provincial premiers. Activist. A person who campaigns to bring about political or social change. Several candidates are vying for the position, including a well-known journalist and social activist. Strath, a wide valley, part of a place name in the original text. The representative from the Strath region is seen as a strong alternative in the upcoming leadership race. Mobilizing, organizing and encouraging a group of people to take collective action. Rebuilding the political organization and mobilizing the core supporters is a key challenge for the new leader. Delegates, persons sent or authorized to represent others, in particular at a conference. During the convention, the delegates will debate the party's official stand on energy and healthcare. Treasury, the funds or revenue of a government, corporation, or institution. Historically, government bills have contained the signatures of high-ranking officials from the Treasury. Swerved, changing direction abruptly, especially in a vehicle. Police believe the driver was traveling at a high speed and swerved to avoid a collision with another car. Impairment, a loss of function or ability. The medical evaluation confirmed that the athlete showed significant signs of physical impairment. Rupturing, breaking, or bursting suddenly. After rupturing a major tendon last year, the athlete has finally returned to professional competition. Streamline, to make an organization or system more efficient and effective by employing faster or simpler working methods. The local government has reached an agreement to streamline the environmental review process for new energy projects. Dubbed, to give an unofficial name or nickname to someone or something. The massive offshore development project has been dubbed as the primary source of future clean power. Turmoil, a state of great disturbance, confusion, or uncertainty. With the global energy supply caught in turmoil, many nations are looking for more stable domestic sources. Volatile, liable to change rapidly and unpredictably, especially for the worse. Governments want to separate their economies from the volatile energy markets that cause price fluctuations. Stoked, very excited or enthusiastic. The team members said they were stoked about the upcoming mission and the potential for discovery. Moguls, a person who is very important and influential in an industry. Known as a leader among industry moguls, the businessman is competing one last time in his home city. Bravado, a bold manner or a show of boldness intended to impress or intimidate. While some perceived his confidence as mere bravado, he proved he could back up his claims with results. Revamping, to give new and improved form, structure, or appearance to something. The management is focusing on revamping the team roster to improve performance in the next season. Afterglow, a pleasant feeling remaining after a successful or happy experience. There is still a warm afterglow from the team's historic victory last autumn. Toppling, overbalancing or causing to fall, defeating a powerful opponent. The underdog team came very close to toppling the favorite champions in the final game of the year. Camaraderie, mutual trust and friendship among people who spend a lot of time together. The players emphasized that their strong camaraderie made them a much better team on the field. Top flight, of the highest quality or standard, elite. The manager is optimistic about the new recruitment of 2 top-flight performers for the upcoming season. Pitchers, in baseball, a player who throws the ball to the batter. The team focused on strengthening its rotation of starting pitchers as a primary goal for the year. Contender, a person or group competing with others to achieve something. Several analysts believe the new athlete is a potential contender for the highest individual award in the league. Bolstering, supporting, or strengthening. The organization is committed to bolstering its defensive capabilities to ensure long-term security. Sky high, very high. The public's expectations for the new project are sky high, as is the general level of excitement.